Okay, Lathan, you have a couple things wrong here. Gosh, what are you doing here? Just kidding. It's not all that bad. But let me show you how to fix it. So you have something wrong with your design sketch. You should probably read the label that as you write design sketch. So this guy is off. That should be 1.186, I think is what it is. Let's go ahead and check mine and see what that looks like. This is going to be mine over here. I'm going to go ahead and take that pink sketch and take a look at that. 1.864. So let's take a look at what you did here. There's a couple things wrong. Actually, one thing wrong in this sketch. Once you get this fixed, it all comes together. So let's take a look at the right design sketch. Remember, the right design sketch is going to intersect each one of these points as it goes up the model. So you should have 6 points, endpoints, or points on the curve itself, and then 6 control points on that kind of define that curve. So these are the control points. This is one. That's the second one over here, which is good. Then this one over here is like on that line over here, but you need one for that line. So let's go ahead and fix that. We're going to right click over here. We're going to go to insert control vertex. And we can't put that on the curve itself, but we have to put it on one of these lines. We're just going to exaggerate that and put that here. And so now we have that control vertex. And let's go ahead and take that vertex up here and this line. And we're going to make that coincident. Still blue. And we're also missing this one down here too. So we don't have a point from that curve onto that point. So let's go ahead and put a sketch point in there. And it's going to put that on that curve, sketch point to that point over here. To end of that line, we're going to make that coincident. Bang, it's black. Now we get that dimension in here. And all the other dimensions in here too, if you dimension them, I have some other dimensions in here too that you could do. It tells me if your design curves are correct. So that's correct. So when I put your model together, your base loft is good, your base is good, but your hand loft is off. So let's check out some of your profiles now, because we know the design sketch in the background is good. So let's go ahead and take a look at your profile 1 and go normal to that. Make sure this is okay. So you have a 15 millimeter offset over here with that. You have the midpoint relationship down here, what you want to do. And just be careful with this. You want to make sure that your design sketch is turned off. So we don't want to see that. So let's actually just rebuild that, and we're going to take that design sketch. Remember to relabel that. Points off if you don't. We're going to go ahead and hide that. So every one of these profiles, when we go into these profiles, you want to make sure you're, and you want to take your front and back guide too, and we want to see that. You want to make a relationship with the guide curves. It's just a whole lot simpler because there's not other distracting geometry out there that you can select. But here you can. So you want to make sure each one of these pierce relationships are on that. So just a real cursory view here. That looks okay. And let's just for the fun of it, we should probably take our mass values in here and see what they are, the mass properties. Because I think you're off. And what we should do is actually take the mass properties and just that feature itself. So yeah, that's not right. So I'm just going to check this. You want to make sure you look at the video when you put this together. Make sure you're doing this correctly. Let's take the mass properties here at the hand loft. And if you take a look at our drawing's going to be, I think that's step number 10. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. That's called the base loft. And the mass should be 26,436. No, that's actually the hand loft, so it's going to be step 11. So hand loft should be 111,871, and you're quite a ways off from that. So let's take a look at our profile sketch too, because I think that's where you had an error. So one obvious thing is that you have the center of that arc in here, like right at that line. That's not really what it should be. If you take a look at that sketch profile, it doesn't even match the profile 1. If you take a look at this guy, you have a little bit of that arc over here on the left-hand side. You don't have that. You also have the center point of this arc over here on that center line. So that ain't right. You need to get that fixed. And I think if we do that, and I did that, I fixed that, everything came together. So you also want to make sure that this dimension over here is going to be 27, not 24. It's going to be overdriving, so you need to make sure you delete that coincident relationship with that arc. That's going to move that out. Go ahead and make that driving, make that 27, and I think that'll work out for you.